Night enveloped Saigon with a smooth, dark curtain. The city never slept, but in the TK Plaza area, the darkness seemed deeper and denser. The dim street lights reflecting off the tall buildings only added to the ominous and mysterious atmosphere of the place. Quinn, a young and determined businesswoman, decided to take a risk by investing in a small stall at TK Plaza. Little did she know that this decision would lead her into a series of eerie and terrifying events. From the moment she stepped into this area, Quinn felt a strange, chilling air. In the early days, she was busy arranging her shoe store, but she couldn't help noticing the sneaky glances from the security guards or the whispers of other merchants about the strange occurrences happening there. The story began to get really scary one hot summer evening. While Quinn was cleaning up her store, she suddenly heard knocking sounds from the adjacent restroom. The knocks were regular and urgent, but when she opened the door, no one was there. She felt a chill down her spine, but tried to reassure herself that it was just her imagination. However, the strange incidents didn't stop there. She began hearing vague footsteps at night, fleeting shadows in mirrors, and a feeling of being watched whenever she was alone. Once, when she went into the restroom to fetch water, she heard giggling sounds from the next stall, but when she opened the door, the room was empty and eerily quiet. For the first 2 months, Quinn patiently managed her business despite the increasingly clear, strange occurrences. She told herself that these were just pranks from other merchants, or perhaps stress from her new job. But the truth seemed far from simple. One night, while Quinn was taking stock of her goods, she suddenly felt a cold breeze down her spine. She turned around and saw a dark shadow flit across the corner of the room. Fear gripped her, but she tried to calm down. She convinced herself that it was just a reflection of the light, but her heart was filled with doubts. She decided to learn about the history of TK Plaza and the stories associated with this place. The security guards and other merchants began to tell her about the mysterious deaths, suicides, and unexplainable supernatural phenomena. A guard recounted how one late night, he saw a man with a blood-covered face in the elevator. When he approached, the man vanished right before his eyes. The story of a construction worker falling from the 5th floor and dying on the spot also gave Quinn goosebumps. This worker was believed to still linger around the building, sometimes appearing to warn or trouble those who stayed late after closing time. Quinn couldn't imagine that she would be caught in a vortex of secrets and hauntings at TK Plaza. One morning, when she arrived at her store earlier than usual, she found a letter slip under the door. The letter had no sender's name, just a few scrawled lines. "Leave here before it's too late. They are watching you." The letter sent shivers down her spine, but also piqued her curiosity. She began to investigate more thoroughly about those who had worked and lived at TK. She discovered that many had left without clear explanations, and some had mysteriously disappeared. She decided to meet those who stayed and continued to do business here. One of them, Mr. Lee, an elderly man with sad eyes, told her about a family that had once lived in an apartment on the top floor of TK Plaza. This family experienced terrifying nights with strange noises, moving objects, and ghostly images in mirrors. Eventually, the entire family fled in the night and never returned. Quinn felt herself being drawn into another world, a world filled with ghosts and terror. She began having strange dreams where she was chased by invisible shadows. These dreams became more vivid and terrifying each night. One night, as Quinn was closing her store, she heard soft sobbing from a hidden corner. The sobbing was clear and heart-wrenching, like the cries of a child. She grabbed her flashlight and walked towards the sound, but found no one. When she turned around, she saw a faint image of a woman standing in the middle of the store, tears streaming down her blood-stained face. "Help me," the woman whispered before disappearing into thin air. Quinn fled the store in fear, but the image haunted her all night. She knew she needed to investigate more about this woman and why her spirit haunted TK Plaza. She sought out a spiritual medium who had lived near TK Plaza for many years. The medium explained that the building was constructed on cursed land. Before it became a bustling commercial area, it was once a large cemetery, and many restless spirits still lingered around. Quinn knew she had to face what was happening. She decided to participate in a cleansing ritual organized by the medium to free the trapped spirits. The ceremony took place on a full moon night, with several locals and other merchants attending. Throughout the ritual, strange occurrences continued. Candles flickered out, the wind howled through the windows, and a dark shadow passed by, scaring everyone. The medium kept chanting prayers, hoping to release the spirits. Finally, a beam of white light shone down, enveloping the area. Quinn felt an inexplicable peace, as if the spirits had been freed and left the place. The ritual ended in silence, and everyone returned home, hoping the horrors would end. After the ritual, Quinn noticed a significant change at TK Plaza. No more strange noises, fleeting shadows, or terrifying dreams. Her store began attracting more customers, and business gradually improved. However, she couldn't forget what had happened. Every time she looked at a hidden corner of her store, she remembered the woman with terror-filled eyes. She knew that even though the spirits were freed, the memories of the haunting days at TK Plaza would always be part of her life. Quinn decided to write down her story, sharing it with others so they could know the history and mysteries of TK Plaza. She hoped her story would serve as a reminder that sometimes the things we cannot see or understand hold the greatest power of all.